this up for some odd reason. This is another spoon that I'm working on. Just feeling like whittling. Let's see, how can we get through this? Oh yeah, that's a lot better. I need to get some basic information out there. I don't want to offend. Well, it's not that I'm going to offend anybody, I don't think, by this. Okay. I have issues with certain knives. This came from Beavercraft. It was sharp. Having some problems with, I don't know if you can see that real good. I'm trying, this light is not, boy, I gotta be way back here, don't I? Let's see, maybe that'll work better. If you can kind of see that, this was designed, or well, it was sent out as part of a spoon carving kit. Okay. Let's see, it's a hard subject to talk about. Recently, in the last couple of days, a friend of mine, lifelong friend, pretty much, had a stroke and was in the hospital, and he passed away. And it's made me think of, is everything that I want to share with people around me. Have I got, I think of my, like when I started this channel, I spoke of my father and my grandpa. If I would love to ask them questions. One thing that always comes back to me from a wood carver standpoint is, how do you sharpen a knife? Well, and I've tried to explain it to people, including my son, and I don't know that I ever made a good explanation to it. So what I'm going to try to explain here real quick is the difference between your standard knife blade being more like this got this bevel on it. I can find a pocket knife in here somewhere, because I have bunches of them. This is a poor example because it goes down, but then right at the very edge, it is a different angle. This would be fine for carving if this continued onto the blade, but at the very tip, and as I turn it, you can see that it's at a slightly different angle. It's a more utilitarian angle. That's what utility knife kind of thing. It handles a lot of cutting things that are not designed to be shaved like wood. But the problem with that is, and like this, it's really good for roughing off a lot of wood, but it doesn't flow through the wood like this, which has the same taper from the tip all the way to the back. So what you're trying to do with a knife, when making a knife blade, or for those that want to do it, and that's my problem with this one, is I made it too thick here to have that taper down, that it doesn't cut as good as it could. Granted, it's just a concrete nail, but never been rehardened or anything. It's just a concrete nail that I cut down slow, didn't ever let it get hot, and went from there. Fun project, but it was, like I said, it does good for little tiny detail work, and I don't have to worry it holds up its tip way strong, not as flexing as this. So this is more for detail. But trying to get my point across is, if you were to take this was a piece of steel and not a block of wood, you'd be trying to make this come straight across. I have a thinner pencil there somewhere. I know I'm stumbling around with it. But thinking about mortality is not something that we all have to deal with. We're all going to die. I pray that you're all Christians and you've accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior. If you haven't, then I pray that you would consider that. If I can get this drilled out, you'll kind of see what I'm trying to get is the shape that you're going for with the blade. I know you've probably already figured this out before I can ever get this line drawn on here. Okay, I could have done that freehand way better than I just did. I'm trying a different height. That's what I was going to tell y'all. Does this height work better than the last height that on the last video? That's what your goal is from the wood carving standpoint. You want one continuous blade. That's what this one is. It's fingerprints all over it, but if you can, my light is sitting on top of it, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about there. That edge, that's what you want all the way down. Unlike this one, which has got that beveled edge there. I don't know that if I thin this down that edge is going to be able to, I don't think it's hard enough steel, because even I've fixed it twice and I'm going to have to fix it again after working with it today again. For some reason it does not like pecan at all. And it's just got kind of a scale. It's like it's chipping down through there, so I'm gonna have to work on that one again. But yeah, that's what you would do to get the correct angle on the blade. Right there, just like that is what you would be cutting it down to. Anywho, I hope that kind of gets it across.